In travel news for June 20th, 2023, we talk about various strikes planned across Europe. The major cruise lines clarifying their positions on marijuana and CBD, and the official airline guide releases their analysis of air travel between the United States and Europe. But before we begin, I'm Brandon with the Adept Traveler, a travel agency that makes travel so easy. Even a blind person can do it. And now, today in travel. As the summer sun begins to thaw Europe, a different kind of heat is rising. Employees from various sectors are making their dissatisfaction known with a surge of strike actions. Travelers traversing the continent this summer need to be aware of potential disruptions to their plans. From France to Sweden, Italy to the United Kingdom, and even Spain, walkouts are planned and underway. It's never been more crucial to stay informed and prepare for possible interruptions. In France, a disagreement over pension reforms has led to a series of protests. The discord began when the president pushed a change in the legal retirement age from 62 to 64, bypassing a parliamentary vote. Since January, the country has witnessed numerous strikes seriously impacting travel within and beyond French borders. The recent wave of protests on June 6th left the French national railway services relatively unscathed, but air travel suffered considerably, with Ryanair canceling 400 flights across Europe due to air traffic controller strikes. The future course of action, yet to be decided by the protesting unions, will undoubtedly have further implications for travel. In the meantime, public transport workers in Toulouse, France, have planned a series of strikes affecting buses, trams, and metro trains. Meanwhile, Scotland presents a beacon of resolution. Initially, strikes were anticipated at both Edinburgh and Glasgow airports, but recent negotiations have led to workers accepting pay raises of 11 to 12%. Consequently, strikes at both airports have been called off, offering a ray of hope amidst the uncertainty. In England, over 2,000 security staff at London Heathrow Airport are gearing up for a series of strikes protesting low pay. Although originally slated for 31 days, the strikes have been shortened to 29 days to allow members to vote on a new pay offer. If an agreement is not reached, travelers can expect disruptions almost every weekend from late June until the end of August. It's worth noting that these strikes align with the start of school holidays and the August bank holiday in the United Kingdom. However, Heathrow has pledged to minimize any impact on passengers and maintains that similar strikes in recent weeks have had minimal effect on airport operation. Adding to the concern in England, Birmingham Airport in the Midlands might also face disruptions as approximately 100 key airport workers are considering strike action. If carried out, these walkouts could lead to a significant delay and canceled flights, as stated by the Unite Union. Looking towards Sweden, the Swedish Transport Workers Union has announced security strikes beginning July 3rd at Bromma Stockholm Airport and Gothenburg Landvetter Airport. A lack of agreement could see the strikes continue on July 5th and 7th. The strikes won't be confined to airports alone, but will also affect other businesses, including a nuclear power plant. Italy, known for its summer transport strikes, is no exception this year. Unions representing staff from airlines, rail operators, and public transport have already declared several strikes. Travelers are advised to verify their travel arrangements ahead of time, as walkouts at regional transport companies are likely to cause disruption. Of particular note is the nationwide public transport strike scheduled for 24 hours on Friday, July 7th, which is expected to cause delays and disruptions to a variety of services, from trains to ferries and metro service. Furthermore, Italy will experience an air traffic control walkout on Saturday, July 15th. While details remain vague, travelers should anticipate potential cancellations and delays at airports across the country. Lastly, in Spain, the Spanish Union of Airline Pilots has declared strikes against Air Europa, the country's third largest airline, and a daily indefinite strike against Air Nostrum. These actions have resulted in significant disruptions to the airline's operations, with cancellation of a considerable percentage of flights and delays to others. Travelers to and within Europe this summer need to stay informed and flexible. The current wave of strikes is widespread and may cause disruption across multiple modes of transport and in numerous locations. Always check with your travel advisor and stay updated on the situation in your destination and transit cities. It's a challenging landscape, but with preparation and awareness, travelers can navigate this stormy summer. Cruise ship vacations are a favorite way to unwind for many travelers, but a new wave of regulations regarding cannabis and CBD use is making waves in the cruise industry. Prominent cruise lines such as Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and even Disney Cruise Line have now articulated their policies on these substances. When setting sail from a United States port, passengers must comply with U.S. federal law. Although some states permit the possession of certain quantities of marijuana, there is no federal law that allows it. Therefore, to help maintain order and safety on board, cruise lines are enforcing strict rules on a range of substances. Carnival Cruise Line has an explicit written policy. They state that although some CBD products may be legal in the U.S. for medicinal use, these products are not universally legal at all of the ports they visit. As such, these items are considered prohibited. The company advises guests to consult their physicians for suitable alternatives. Similarly, Norwegian Cruise Line includes marijuana in its list of prohibited items. The cruise line's policy specifically indicates all illegal narcotics/drugs, including marijuana prescribed for medical purposes and other items used as drug paraphernalia. Furthermore, this ban encompasses all products containing CBD oils, candles, gummies, or any product with THC content. Disney Cruise Line also follows a strict no narcotics policy. According to the company's guidelines, illegal narcotics, including synthetic designer drugs and marijuana, even if legal where you reside or medically prescribed, are prohibited on board the ships and on Disney Castaway Cay. This rule is in line with United States federal regulations and local laws in the destinations they visit. Understanding these rules can be complex. A common misunderstanding is that the legal drinking age on a cruise is determined by the laws of the countries visited. However, that's not the case. If you embark from a United States port like Port Canaveral or Miami, U.S. federal law applies, and the drinking age is set at 21. Interestingly, passengers can engage in gambling activities on a cruise ship at the age of 18. To avoid complications, travelers are advised not to bring any marijuana or CBD products on board. Even if such substances are legal in your home state, such as Illinois, possessing them on a cruise ship can lead to legal issues. Therefore, the simplest rule of thumb for cruisers is to leave these products at home and fully enjoy the journey in compliance with the rules. Ensuring a seamless vacation experience starts with understanding and adhering to these policies. The travel industry has observed an impressive surge in the number of Americans flying to Europe this summer, a resurgence indicative of the sector's remarkable recovery following the global pandemic. Particularly, the United Kingdom has emerged as a top favorite among the diverse destinations in Europe. This trend has been substantiated by a recent market analysis released by Official Airline Guide, the air travel intelligence company. Official Airline Guide's report details the unprecedented figures for transatlantic flights between the United States and Western Europe during this summer travel season. According to the group, the air travel market between the United States and Europe was one of the first long-haul markets to bounce back post-pandemic. Most airlines promptly reintroduced these routes, leading to a recovery described by the analytics company as quite remarkable. This comes just 3 years after the pandemic significantly disrupted the market. Official Airline Guide's evaluation attributes the revival of transatlantic travel to a mix of factors. Familial ties, thrill seekers flocking to Florida, shopping enthusiasts in London, and a moderate resurgence of business travel. For many people, a transatlantic journey has transformed from a long-haul undertaking into an opportunity for a Netflix binge uninterrupted by Wi-Fi. Data from Official Airline Guide's schedules analyzer shows that summer 2023 is projected to have more than 111,400 flights coming in from Western Europe to the United States, averaging approximately 530 daily. Presumably, a similar number of flights will depart from the United States for Europe each day. A decade ago, in summer 2023, only 80,416 flights were scheduled between the U.S. and Western Europe. This indicates a nearly 40% increase in air travel between these regions in just 10 years. An interesting part of this summer's record-breaking activity is the industry's transformation since the turn of the millennium. In summer 2000, 45 carriers, including some of which have since discontinued operations, were servicing transatlantic routes. British Airways was the largest operator with more than 8,500 flights, while Delta Airlines and American Airlines held the second and third positions. However, due to various U.S. mergers, European airline collapses, and consolidations among Central European carriers, coupled with the influence of airline alliances, the numbers of carriers has dropped. For summer 2023, there are now only 37 airlines operating transatlantic flights. Nevertheless, the network's size and scale have significantly expanded. The consolidation effect has caused the big three U.S. carriers to now dominate the market in terms of frequency, operating about 60% more flights than their largest European-based competitor, British Airways. Official Airline Guide study also looked into the number of airport pairs for routes between the U.S. and Western Europe. There are currently 13 fewer pairs operated this summer compared to 2019. However, the overall number of scheduled flights has increased by almost 5%. Following significant disruptions like the pandemic, airlines tend to drop lower frequency routes and revert to their core networks. This shift explains the 14% increase in flights between London Heathrow and New York's JFK. Despite these changes, Official Airline Guide concludes that with increased flights, strong demand, and pressure on capacity in many markets, there's every reason to anticipate this summer as a record revenue-producing period for airlines across the Atlantic. Today in Travel is brought to you by The Adept Traveler, a travel agency that specializes in making travel easier for everyone, from the novice to the expert, from the able-bodied to the disabled traveler. Everybody deserves to travel well. Until next time, travel well, my friends.